Hey, I'm Sammy Vasquez Jr. I'm currently a professional boxer. I'm 7-0, 5 knockouts. I'm from Menneson, Pennsylvania. I've been boxing for about 14 years. I got over 200 amateur fights when I started out when I was 9 years old. I used to get bullied. I started boxing. My dad came home from work one day. He was like, hey, you want to try boxing? I said, yeah. So ever since I was 9 years old, it's been a blast. Been winning a lot of fights, and it kept me going. In 2003, I joined the National Guard, and I ended up deploying twice to Iraq in 05 and 06, in 2008 and 2009, where deterred by boxing at the time. When I came back from my second deployment, I continued boxing and found out you can box in the military, which is called the WCAP team, the World Class Athlete Program. I then joined the WCAP team in my route to trying to make it to the Olympics. I made it to the Olympic trials. I was the runner-up, got accepted to be an Olympic alternate, which I decided not to, and turned to the professional career as a boxer. I fulfilled my commitment and obligations for the National Guard and ended it in 2012, and continued my career in professional boxing, which I now am currently 7-0 with 5 knockouts. Being in the military in a general sense is an accomplishment itself. I mean, the discipline that you learn, you have the Army values that you have to uphold. I mean, it's just you just change as a person, going straight from high school right into the military and trying to uphold a standard. Then it's different than trying to listen to your parents, or your parents trying to teach you this or that. You go into the military, I mean, this is what you need to do. You have obligations that you need to uphold. You're not just fending for yourself, you're fending for a team. If you do one thing wrong, this doesn't affect yourself, it affects everybody else. So for you to have the discipline and all those tight-knit things that you didn't think were a big deal, are a big deal. It taught you a lot in life. I don't know where I'd be, if I didn't join the military. They've done a lot for me in my career, and even to getting me into the boxing part of it, because I've asked help from them to get me even on the WCAP team, and writing up like good proposals for me, saying that I should qualify to even be on this team and stuff like that. And they've taught me so much, and from even being deployed. I mean, just learning that how people live over there and how we live here, we need to be thankful for what we have and where we live at, because if it wasn't for them, I would have never even seen that side of the world. I wouldn't even have seen with how those people live and how we live, and try to compare it, and just be thankful for the family that I have, and just everything. I mean, the military in general was just probably the best move that I ever made. I currently just fought in Las Vegas, Nevada on a Golden Boy promotion show. Last minute, 3 days before my fight, they changed my opponent on me to an opponent who was 16-2. I know he was a tough fighter, and the opportunity for me to fight at a Golden Boy show, I wasn't gonna turn it down, me being only 6-0 at the time. I fought him, and I ended up stopping him and knocked him out in the second round. And I came right back home to Pennsylvania. Took 2 days off, went right back in the training camp, and now I'm fighting for, waiting to fight in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania at the Courtime Sports Complex for the Double Duty 3, which will be held March 30th of 2013. Who I will be fighting a very tough competitor, probably one of the toughest yet. From what I hear, but like I always say, you train hard in the gym, you make work easy.